Think you know everything about the PS5? Well, think again. Today we have the USB peripherals that will unlock your PlayStation 5 arsenal, including some obvious choices as well as some top secret hacks that will level up your gaming experience using your PlayStation 5. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer, industrial mechanic, and a Red Seal electrician. We cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We cover a lot of cool tech on this channel, but nothing as exciting as the PlayStation 5 because we're always unlocking new secrets of how to get the maximum out of our system. And today I want to focus on something that is not getting quite as much love as it could be, and today we're going to change all of that by deep diving into the PlayStation 5 USB ports. And we're going to kick this episode off with the first peripheral. This is a portable SSD drive. Now this is a 2 terabyte. It is non-mechanical. That means it is the fastest drive you can get. This one is a USB-C to USB-C, and to use it, you simply plug it into your front USB-C port just like that. Now, what exactly can you unlock using an external hard drive? Well, first off, all of your PlayStation 4 library can be installed on this SSD drive. It will give you the fastest data transfers possible for a PlayStation 4 game, but it also frees up the internal hard drive space for your PlayStation 5 games. Yes, your PlayStation 5 games will always load better off of the internal storage because it can leverage the maximum read-write speeds. The read-write speeds of USB is a little bit slower than the internal storage on your PlayStation 5. So PlayStation 4 games, no problem. It's still infinitely faster than what the PlayStation 4 actually had. So you won't notice any difference. In fact, you might notice games load a lot faster off of that external drive. Pro tip, if you have the older PlayStation 5 model that has a front USB-A port, do not use that port for anything that requires high-speed data transfer. It is just a regular USB 2.0 port. It is way too slow. So if you currently have an external drive plugged into your PlayStation 5 and you're using that USB-A port, consider moving it around to the back of the PS5 and use one of the rear USB-A ports because they are much faster. If you have the newer PlayStation 5 like we have here, we have 2 USB-C ports in the front. They're both super fast, so no worries there. If you don't like having your hard drive hanging off of the front of your PlayStation 5, it's okay. We've got a secret tip coming up later in this segment. Something else that many of you may not know is that your PlayStation 5 actually saves all of your gaming data and video backups to the internal storage on your PlayStation 5. So by utilizing an external drive, you can actually transfer those saves onto the external drive so you can still keep them and have them and use them for the future, but it also frees up more of that internal space, especially when the PlayStation 5 is still lacking on internal storage space unless you've done the M.2 expansion, which we've already done on this PlayStation 5 Pro fake 30th anniversary edition. Next up, PSVR 2. Now, this is kind of the forgotten darling of the PlayStation 5, and if we're being honest, the PSVR was also forgotten on the PlayStation 4, so it should be no surprise that this is largely unsupported for really any games. But if you're looking to experience Gran Turismo in the best experience possible, VR headset with a racing wheel, bar none, the best experience you can have. Now, the end of this super long cord here, which is all a tangled mess, has a USB-C plug on it, and this one also plugs right into the front port on your PlayStation 5 console, and it gives you a truly phenomenal immersive experience. If you're looking to experience the PlayStation 5 in all of its glory, this is probably one of the best ways to do that. But it also consumes one of your USB ports. Now we can't forget about headsets. I personally use my Astro A50 headset. This is the OG headset that has the optical line in, partly because it's the last version that supports Dolby surround sound on your PlayStation 5. Newer models still use a USB base station which needs to plug into the PlayStation 5, but they also leverage Sony's proprietary surround sound system which bypasses the Dolby audio need. So you can decide which one you like the best, but definitely a high-end quality gaming headset is a must for all of your PlayStation 5 needs. And this, again, will consume one USB port. If the Astro is not quite your jam, it's understandable. Consider the Steel series. There are some really good budget-friendly options available, which aren't quite as expensive as the A50s, but me personally, I still love those A50s. Next up, we already talked about it a little bit, racing wheels and or fight sticks. For those of you who are all about the immersive experience, you can't beat a really good racing wheel. Consider models such as the Thrustmaster T3000 RS GT wheel. It is considered one of the best wheels that you can get for your PlayStation 5. Don't forget, you fighting fans, the fight sticks also will use the USB ports. Now don't forget to leave some space for the PlayStation camera. This has been available since the release of the PlayStation 5, and it is a must-have for any of you Twitch streamers or YouTube streamers because it turns your PlayStation 5 into a ready out-of-the-box streaming system. So you can do it all on the PlayStation 5 and share you in the action with the PlayStation 5 camera. Now this guy has a standard USB-A plug, which easily plugs into the back of your PlayStation 5. But now, with a wheel, VR headset, external storage space, PlayStation camera, and our super awesome headphones, we're at 5 total devices, and the PlayStation 5 only has 4 USB ports. And that's where our next peripheral comes in, which is a USB-C and or USB-A hub. Now, you have to consider which one you want to get depending on the system that you have and depending on how clean you want the front of your PlayStation. Me personally, I like the front of my PlayStation to stay clear and clean without anything plugged into it and hanging off. I like all my connections in the back. So for me, I would be looking at a USB-A plug. Be careful. You need to make sure that the hub supports PlayStation 5, so it cannot need a driver to be installed. If it needs drivers to be installed, it will not work. Many of the hubs online will actually say supports PlayStation 5, and then you know you're good to go. The other thing you want to look for is a hub that supports at least USB 3.0. You definitely do not want to end up with a USB 2.0 hub. As long as it's 3.0 or higher, you're laughing. You can plug all of these peripherals into that hub and still have many USB ports left over, which is really great news because it leaves extra ports for an external microphone. Now, why would you want an external microphone when your headset has a microphone already? Well, if you watched our other video that shows you how to use 2 microphones in a live streaming setup, then one of these microphones would be exactly what you're looking for. Consider this. You can have this microphone going to your live stream through Twitch or whatever, and your standard headset microphone going to your team chat. So you can mute and unmute both of those independently by turning off the audio to the stream and or turning off audio to your teammates while you talk strictly to your stream. If you're not sure exactly how to do that, I do cover that in a different video, so be sure to check that out. It's been out for a couple years now, so you might have to dig back through the Gears and Tech library a little bit to find that video, but it's extremely helpful if you want to use something like this. Now there's a couple other devices that you maybe didn't think about, and I want to cover those now. First off is a rear cooler attachment. Now these guys just plug in to the back here, but they use a USB port. So I plug this in and the USB port has been consumed, but luckily many of these devices actually have a USB pass-through that gives you that extra USB port. Some of them even include multiple USB ports, so it has a hub built in. Now the jury is still out on if one of these fans actually does anything at all. Me personally, I'm not using this fan as much anymore, but that's because I have high airflow through the back of my PlayStation 5. If your PlayStation 5 is in an entertainment unit or up against a wall where you don't have as much airflow, then a fan like this can certainly help to push more air through the system to keep it nice and cool. Did somebody say peripherals? Why, yes, we can plug our peripherals in. Now, many of you love the Cronus Zen because it allows you to cheat on games, which I'm not gonna get into a whole song and dance about cheating on games. Just know that if you are cheating, play with your friends and cheat with your friends in local lobbies. Don't go online and pretend that you're a superstar when you're really using aids to make you any better than what you actually are. But if you must, this can easily plug into a USB port, but many times sometimes you need something like the P5 Mate Pro to unlock the device to make it work with your PlayStation 5. But all of these will go through the regular USB protocols. And let's not forget the classic mouse and keyboard. Yes, many games support mouse and keyboard right out of the gate without needing any special dongles or adapters. And quickly we are starting to use up all of the extra ports that we gained. I personally would use the USB hub to power my mouse and keyboard because I don't need the high speed. I like to have my external drive connected directly to the PlayStation 5 without going through a hub, just to make sure that I don't have any data collision issues as the hub tries to negotiate the data transfer between multiple devices at the same time. So all of your super high speed reliant devices should be directly connected to the PlayStation 5. Anything else you can probably run through the hub without any issues. And then there's the obvious but often forgotten. Using this USB-C to USB-C cord, I can actually charge my cell phone device through the front USB port of my PlayStation 5. A lot of times our battery's dying on our phone, and it's really easy because you have two fully accessible front USB-C ports. It's not just for Android users either. If you have an iPhone, you can always get a USB-C to Lightning adapter so you can charge your Apple cell phone as well. And there you have it. Even though Sony limited this system with only 4 total ports, using a hub we can unlock all of these peripherals and a lot more and turn our PlayStation 5 into a multimedia powerhouse. Have I missed anything? Is there a peripheral that you prefer to use with your PlayStation 5 that we didn't cover, or one that we did cover and you just want to tell us how much you love using that peripheral? Be sure to post that in the comments down below. Also, any of the items that you see here, I will put links to in the description down below if you want to pick some of those up for yourself to pimp out your PlayStation 5. Certainly be sure to use those links down below. They do help us out a little bit to bring some content like this for you guys to enjoy. And there you have it. Now you can go enjoy the limitless potential of your PlayStation 5 using some of the tips that we shared in this video. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.